Hey, I just did a random video, and now, to make up for that horrible catastrophe laughing fit, I thought I'd do another video that's worth shit. I'm gonna be reviewing The Hunger Games. Woo! I love this book. It's a really good book. Okay, so I'm gonna read the back, and then I'm gonna tell you what, plot development. There will probably be spoilers in this. Just, you know. Okay. In the ruins of a place once known as North America lies the nation of Panem, a shining capital surrounded by 12 outlying districts. The capital is harsh and cruel and keeps the districts in line by forcing them all to send one boy and one girl between the ages of 12 and 18 to participate in the annual Hunger Games, a fight to the death on live TV. 16-year-old Katniss Everdeen regards it as a death sentence when she steps forward to take her sister's place in the games. But Katniss has been close to death before, and survival for her is second nature. Without really meaning to, she becomes a contender. But if she is to win, she will have to start making choices that weigh survival against humanity, and life against love. So sad. It's it's a really good book. People people are comparing this to a ripoff of this. Hold on. Okay, so if you don't know what they're talking about and they're saying Battle Royale, okay, this is Battle Royale. Well, this is the manga version. There is a novel version, but I don't have it on hand right now. I think it's downstairs. Okay, this is Battle Royale, and it's much more gory. Let me see if I can find some gore. This is just the first volume I have right now. Okay, here. This is a little gore. His whole face is being blown up. There is some little graphic scenes in this, but nothing like Battle Royale. So this is like a fighting to the death kind of thing, but there are major differences. Like in Battle Royale, they only had 3 days, and in this they have as long as they need until there's one left. So, and it's no sub universe in that one. In Battle Royale, it's regular universe. They just take a class of high schoolers, and it's just because the grown-ups don't like the kids or something. I don't know. That part didn't really make sense to me. Okay, getting off of that subject, Battle Royale. Hunger Games. It is about this girl, Katniss Everdeen, and she volunteers to take the. Well, no, let me start from the beginning. There in like post-apocalyptic North America, I guess you could say. There's districts, and then there's a capital. All the rich people live in the capital, and all the poor people who support the capital folk live in poor, slummy kind of districts. 12 surrounding the capital. So what happens is that there was a rebellion. So that every year, because of that rebellion, the capital does this thing called the Hunger Games, where each district sends a boy and a girl to fight to the death. And the districts who are cared for better, like 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 7, are usually the winners because they're better fed, but sometimes that's not the case. So, we're gonna skip ahead 75 years after the revulsion, I think. They, like, re re rebel, the rebellion. I'm sorry, my tongue is not producing words very good right now. Okay, so, Katniss's sister is picked for the in the Reaping to go into the Hunger Games, but Katniss says no, and she goes instead. And then Peeta Mont, I don't remember his last name. That's sad. Okay, so he's the boy that is going in, and he's been in love with Katniss forever. So when she finds out that, she's shocked, and then Haymitch, their mentor, uses that as like a way to gain money so they can get gifts in the arena, like so they could stay alive longer. So that's what he does. He sells them as the star-crossed lovers from District 12, and it works. They pretend to kiss, and she finds him, and then the rules are changed at the end of the game that 2 people from the same district can win, but that's only a trick. so that they get together and make the crowd like it, and then they're gonna take it back at the end. But okay, so that happens, and then they go train, and then they get into the field, and they split up because at first there is no rule that two people from the same districts can win. It's the last person surviving lives, wins, goes out, is bathed in riches beyond all comprehension. So she runs, she gets a bag. She doesn't get a bow and arrow, but she's good at that. But she doesn't get the bow and arrow. The Clove gets the bow and arrow, and Peeta stays with the carriers. They're like the big, strong people who have trained for that. And you're not really supposed to train, but they have trained, and they're volunteers. They wanted to go into the Hunger Games. They like the glory of it. Excuse me, my nose is itchy. And so is my eye. But he only does that because he loves her and he wants to make her survive. So he does that, and then after a while, he turns on them, and he saves her life because hacker jackers that are kind of like killer wasps are attacking her because she's up in a tree and they're below her and they're waiting for her to come down. So she gets the tracker jackers and cuts the tree off, and then they land on them and they start killing them. But she's getting bit too, so Peeta tells her to run, run, run. And then Kato, the one of the carriers, he's like the top dog, alpha. He turns on Peeta and cuts him in the leg and gives him a blood infection, and then Peeta uses the camouflage because he's good at camouflage because he decorated cakes in his dad's store. So he uses camouflage to hide himself, and then when the rule is passed that two people from the same district can win, um, Jesus, Katniss goes looking for Peeta. She finds him, she hides him, then she realizes he has a blood infection, and then they have a feast where one thing that every person needs is there, but it's sort of a way to get all the fighters together so they could have a good fight scene for all the sick people in the capital. So she goes against Peeta's wishes, and then she gets him the medicine he needs, and he's healing. And then after a while, there's like more fights and fights until it's down to like the last three, Kato, and then them, Peeta and Katniss. So they fight it out, and then there are these mutts that they made out of the dead tributes, and they're like horrible creatures that the game makers made. And then Kato's caught by them, and then Katniss shoots him between the eyes, like right here, and he dies. And then everything stops. It's quiet. Nobody's coming to get them. And then the guy goes, "Okay, there's a change in the rules again. There can only be one winner." And they're like, "No, no." And she goes, "Trust me." And she gives them poison berries that they use to kill Foxface, because Foxface ate them because Peeta was stupid and thought they were edible and started picking them, and so Foxface had some too when he left and died. So she gets them and she says on three we'll eat them, and as soon as they put them in his mouth, the game maker goes, no, 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 no. So then they spit it out and they win, and then they're like, we won, and then Haymitch goes, this is only the beginning. They'll try to get revenge for you to outsmart them, showing them that you think you're better than them. So that's kind of how it ends. Well, no, it ends them like returning, and Peeta goes, "I'm so happy you're with me. That you're like we're together now." And then Katniss goes, "I just did that for the game. We're not really in love." And then he goes, "What? I didn't know that." He goes like he's heartbroken because he didn't know that. He really thought she loved him. So and that's kind of like how it ends. I think it's been a few months since I read this, and yeah, I think that's how it ends. Yeah. That's how it ends basically. And then they're preparing for like the tour that's gonna happen in the beginning of the next book, I think. So that is it. So give me your rating if you think I did a good review, if you think it was choppy, if you think it was horrible. I give this book good 4 stars because yeah, it was kind of she did take ideas from Battle Royale, but it was a lot different, and it was good. It's romantic and heart-jerking, and it's good. And I will tell you, in the second one, I cried. I was crying over a book, and yeah, I think she's a really good writer, so 4 stars. Bye!